It really does not matter if you're buying a home for the very first time or you're purchasing a home for the fifth time. Buying a home is a process. It is not an event. Since it is a process, I have found that some home buyers get excited regardless of their experience level. I get it. Who would not be excited about buying a new place to call home? However, there are home buyer steps that can save you time and eliminate frustration. There are home buyer steps that will put you in the best possible position to get your perfect place to call home. And there are home buyer steps to make sure that you do not spend tens of thousands more than you need to. This episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast is called The 4 Unnecessary First-Time Homebuyer Mistakes.
This is the Martini Mortgage Podcast with Kevin Martini.
Welcome. My name is Kevin Martini, and every week I produce the Martini Mortgage Podcast to simply and effectively share the things that are important to someone that is thinking of buying, selling, or refinancing real estate. Now, I don't do this to be famous. I do this because I truly believe that home ownership matters. I believe that real estate creates family wealth. Every day I have the honor to help families create wealth with real estate by helping them secure the right mortgage solution based on their unique circumstances. However, I get very frustrated because sometimes people make mistakes when buying a home. And these mistakes are not just made by first-time buyers, they're also made by repeat buyers too. I believe it is my duty, obligation, and responsibility to share the current opportunity and to help people take advantage of this awesome opportunity called home ownership. Listen, many people peddle loans today, and oh my gosh, there are ads on TV that say you can simply push a button and get a mortgage. Seriously, folks? For most of the people I serve, getting a home loan is the largest debt of their life, and to think that it can be done by a computer or a rep in a call center simply blows my mind. I feel when getting a mortgage, you need to work with a local, experienced mortgage strategist that understands your goals and can manage your mortgage after you close. That is what I do. That is what my partner, Logan Martini, does. This is what we do here at the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage. I have called this episode the 4 Unnecessary First-Time Homebuyer Mistakes, but maybe the title should be retooled to denote the 4 Unnecessary Homebuyer Mistakes, since these mishaps are done by many regardless of their home buying experience. So let's go ahead and let's dive in. Hashtag Kevin Martini Live. Unnecessary first-time homebuyer mistake number 1 is finding the home first and then finding your loan second. Listen, I get it. Buying a home is exciting. There is absolutely no question. You are driving to your buddy's house, and while you're on the way there, you see a sign that says open house for a beautiful mid-century modern, and you swerve into it before you know it. You blew off your buddy, and you're with a realtor you just met, and you're on the other end of town looking at homes that are $500,000 more expensive. The first step to home ownership is not the house. The first step is the loan, and the second step is the home. I have found that many people start their search online for a home, and some of those pictures you will see online are simply amazing. You click a button, and before you know it, you're in the house, and you love it, and you want to make an offer. However, you fell in love with a house that is outside your budget comfort zone, or worse, you simply cannot afford it. I know what you're saying. Oh, Kevin Martini, this would never happen to me. And I hope that is not the case. But sadly, I have seen it happen more than once. Here's the takeaway. The first step is the loan. The second step is the home. With me and with my partner, Logan Martini, and with any experienced mortgage strategist, the loan steps should be divided into 4 components. Component 1 is the meet and greet. This is a discussion of your short and long-term goals, a discussion of your budget, and really much, much more. Component 2 is what I call the Spanish Inquisition. Now, I personally tend to leverage technology for this component, but sometimes we do it in person or over the phone. Simply put, this is where we gather your name, rank, and serial number, and we get your blood work done. Then, component 3 is what I refer to as the debrief. Simply put, during the debrief is where we go over the process at a 30,000 feet level, and then we hover directly over the economics, so you have not just price clarity, but also cost clarity. At this point, you are pre-qualified. Congratulations! However, in this market, being pre-qualified is nice, but being pre-approved is divine. With a pre-approval letter with the Martini Mortgage Group, you are able to make a same-as-cash offer on the home you find. In the final component, component 4, is where the pre-approval is done. And this is where we gather some support documents and they are reviewed. Now, I get it. It sounds like a lot, and it is. But these 4 components give you the confirmation that you're ready, willing, and able to buy, and the comfort that you're able to have some clarity of the economics. With these components, you will know all of your home loan options that are available. Hashtag Kevin Martini Live. Unnecessary first-time homebuyer mistake number 2 is waiting to save for the down payment. I have found that many people believe that they need to put 20% down to buy a home, and this is a myth, folks. Now, this myth has reared its ugly head because when you do not put 20% down, you have to pay something called private mortgage insurance, also known as PMI. Let me share this. PMI is not a bad thing. And in episode 24 of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, I recorded an episode called The Cost of Not Paying Private Mortgage Insurance. Please be sure to check that out. It is not necessary to put 20% down. It is unnecessary to put 10% down. In fact, with the Martini Mortgage Group, there are options to put as little as 3% down, and there are home loan programs that we offer that do not even require a down payment. If you find that you are waiting to save enough for a down payment, you need to know you may already be there and home ownership is in reach right now. Hashtag Kevin Martini Live. Unnecessary first-time homebuyer mistake number 3 is not putting the right amount down. I believe there are 5 very powerful reasons of owning instead of renting. One of the 5 financial benefits to home ownership is the fact that housing is one of the only leveraged investments still available today. Home ownership allows households to amplify any appreciation of the value of their home by a leverage factor. The leverage factor is actually greater with a lower down payment. So let me break this down. A 20% down payment results in a leverage factor of 5, meaning every percentage point rise in the value of the home is a 5% return on equity. Now, if you put a 10% down, your leverage factor is 10. Larger payments are not always the best option. However, every person I have the privilege to work with is different. And that was why there is never a substitute for a confidential conversation with an experienced mortgage strategist. Myself and Logan Martini are ready, willing, and able to help. Just give us a jingle by calling 919-238-4934. Last but not least is hashtag Kevin Martini Live. Unnecessary first-time homebuyer mistake number 4. It is buying more than you really can afford. As you know by now, it should always be loan first and then buy your home. During the meet and greet conversation, we will ask you what amount you feel comfortable with paying every month when you make your mortgage payment. And during the debrief component, we will share what that is reverse engineered to into a purchase price. And in addition, we will share what the max purchase price you would qualify for. It should not come to any surprise to any of you that what your comfort payment is and what the max payment you can afford may be materially different. Simply put, just because you can afford to buy a Mercedes, it does not mean you should buy a Mercedes. In closing, buying a home is a process. It is not an event. The process should always start with a loan. To help you should always seek out a trusted and experienced mortgage strategist that will be there before, that will be there during, and that will be there after the transaction. That is what I do. That is what Logan Martini does, and that is what the Martini Mortgage Group at Benchmark Mortgage does. If you have questions about this episode of the Martini Mortgage Podcast, or if you have questions about buying a home or the unique programs that the Martini Mortgage Group offers, I invite you to give me, Kevin Martini, a call personally by simply dialing 919-238-4934. In addition, check me out on Instagram. You can find me by going to @KevinMartiniLive or search the hashtag KevinMartiniLive. Thank you for listening, and thank you for leaving a 5-star review. And thank you for sharing this episode in my name with someone that is looking to buy, sell, or refinance real estate.
The Martini Mortgage Group makes real estate dreams a reality with trusted advice in a stress-free environment with great rates and on-time closings while providing a world-class experience. If you or someone you know has questions about the current mortgage rates or the current mortgage programs, please reach out to the Martini Mortgage Group at 919-238-4934. The information contained in this podcast presentation is for general product information purposes only. Arklatex Financial Services, LLC, NMLS number 2143, doing business as Benchmark Mortgage, makes no representations or warranties of any kind expressed or implied about the completeness, reliability, suitability, or availability with respect to the information, products, or services. All loans subject to borrower qualifying. Other restrictions may apply. Branch Manager Kevin Martini, NMLS number 143962. Branch located at 5650 Six Forks Road, Suite 101, Raleigh, North Carolina 27609. Contact the branch by calling 919-238-4934. Equal housing opportunity.